we're going to handle our 6.7, 1 p.m. item, consideration of presentation on CWS-CARES Statewide Computer System Launch Readiness, and we have our Social Services Director, Rachel Delman-Parsons, and I'll turn it over to you for the presentation.
Thank you, Chair Rasmussen and Board.
Here he is.
If you have your time today, I know we have a full agenda, so we'll try and keep this quick. I am going to screen share. Here we go. All right, so joining me by Zoom today is Sarah Keene-Buffalo. She is our Social Services System Support Analyst involved in the CARES launch. Today we're going to briefly present our urgent concerns regarding the readiness of the CWS-CARES system. And is my what?
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
Aha, sorry.
You're too far away.
I'm sitting too far back, and also this is short. So thank you for approving the letter of advocacy last week to legislature regarding this important matter. Because there is significant risk, including risk of litigation, I wanted to make sure everyone is fully aware of what is going on. So the California Department of Social Services is responsible to procure the new CWS system for all counties to use at the direction of legislature. So we do support a faster, stronger, more reliable statewide system for children, families, and staff, and the direction of a modern platform overall. However, an unready system risks missing critical information, delays response to children and families, and compromises safety decisions. As you know, CWS-CARES remains incomplete and behind on key milestones and deliverables. Rolling it out in the state would put California's child welfare infrastructure at serious risk, raising the likelihood of system breakdowns and data gaps that could lead to abuse or neglect going uninvestigated, unnecessary removals causing lasting trauma, disrupted placements, serious injury, or in a worst case scenario, even a child's death. With only 2 months remaining, the scheduled October 26th launch date is no longer compatible with protecting child safety, and all California welfare directors agree with us. I have a 6-minute video to share you, which was prepared by Riverside County, which accurately and succinctly reflects the same concerns we have here in Lake County. And following that, I will provide some data specific to Lake County. So let's hope this works. Make sure I got my stuff unmuted. Nope, the audio is not sharing. Just 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing and then share with audio.
In Riverside County, we operate one of the busiest child welfare agencies in California. Each year, our staff respond to more than 65,000 and conduct more than 22,000 investigations. Every day, thousands of children depend on our workers to make timely, accurate decisions that directly affect their safety, stability, and well-being. We support the long-term vision of CWS-CARES and its promise to modernize California's child welfare system by improving data quality, integrating assessments, and streamlining statewide workflows to strengthen families and protect children. But with the scheduled launch quickly approaching, there is no realistic path for the platform to be ready for child protection work by that deadline. We are asking you to intervene and delay implementation until CWS-CARES is proven reliable, safe, fully functional, and staff are fully trained. Child safety cannot be placed at risk to meet a launch date.
As a child protection intake specialist with more than 25 years on the child abuse hotline, I have been serving as a super user and tester for the new CWS-CARES platform. I want a modern system, and I know firsthand that CWS-CMS is slow, outdated, fragmented, and difficult to use. We do not want to remain on it any longer than necessary. However, today, CWS-CMS is still the more predictable and functional system for urgent child protection work, and it remains the safer temporary bridge until CWS-CARES is fully ready. CWS-CARES in its current state is not the system we were promised. For example, the same call that takes me under 30 minutes to process in CWS-CMS takes me 2 to 3 times as long in the CWS-CARES system. That delay might not seem big for just one hotline call, but in Riverside County, we receive more than 65,000 hotline calls a year. On a busy hotline, those extra minutes do not happen in isolation. They stack up across thousands of calls, slowing screening decisions, delaying supervisor review, delaying emergency response assignment, and keeping children in unsafe situations longer. An example of how this can happen is the following scenario. The report involved a 4-year-old child with bruises on her arms and back who said, "Daddy hit me because I was bad." The father had a domestic violence history and the family's address was unclear. That's exactly the kind of call where every minute matters. But in CWS-CARES, the screener must move through unnecessary screens, irrelevant details, slow-loading pages, and error messages before reaching the information needed to assess safety. If the system freezes, misroutes the worker, or blocks submission, that call can stretch even longer. This is not just inefficient, it creates risk. Callers may hang up before the report is complete. Prior abuse or domestic violence history may be harder to find. The wrong person may be selected from hundreds of search results. A referral may sit unfinished while a child remains in danger. When a child tells someone, "Daddy hit me," the system should help us move faster, not slow us down. Timing for the planned launch of the CWS-CARES at the beginning of the new school year heightens our challenges and risks. In September and October, when school gets into full swing, our hotline experiences a significant surge, with an 18% increase in calls, representing approximately 1,000 additional calls per month. My colleagues and I already manage overwhelming caseloads and nonstop crisis calls. A slow, unstable, complicated system makes our work harder and less safe for the children we are committed to serving and protecting.
What workers are experiencing on the front line is consistent with what we're seeing from the technical side. CWS-CARES is not yet ready for live child protection work. The platform still shows instability, incomplete or missing data, slow loading screens, and navigation issues that can interfere with timely safety decisions. Key functions needed for investigations, emergency assessments, placement coordination, court reporting, and caregiver payments are not expected to be fully ready by the October launch. Some fixes may extend into next year. Without a clear contingency plan for the cutover weekend, counties could face 48 hours or more of heightened operational risk at the exact moment children and families still need uninterrupted support. We recognize the complexity of replacing a statewide system, but completing development, resolving defects, converting and validating 30 years of case records, redesigning workflows, and training all at the same time is not a safe implementation plan for child welfare. When technology is not ready, critical information can be missed, responses can be delayed, and safety decisions can be compromised. These are risks we cannot accept. Our message to state lawmakers and leaders across California is clear. Support modernization, but delay the October launch of CWS-CARES until readiness is proven. Riverside County wants a faster, stronger, and more reliable system for children, families, and staff. We support the direction of a modern statewide platform, but moving an unfinished system into live child protection work will not strengthen safety. It will place unresolved problems directly into the hands of the workers making urgent decisions for children. CWS-CARES should go live only when it's been thoroughly tested, proven reliable, fully functional, and workers are trained to use it safely. We're asking state leaders to act now. Delay implementation until the system is ready and child safety can be protected. The deadline must never come at the expense of a child's safety. Not in Riverside County, not anywhere in California. Not now, not ever.
Okay, so that was the video. Oh, sorry, let me mute myself. It's a very powerful video. It really encompasses all of the challenges all counties are facing right now with preparing to launch CWS-CARES in Lake County. In 2025, we received approximately 1,500 referrals, of which 584 required formal investigation. As Riverside noted, tasks take approximately 30 minutes, now require 2 hours to complete in CARES. That's more than a 400% increase in workload. Additionally, compounding this workload, as Riverside noted, we see an increase seasonally during the school start period of August to October. In Lake County, that increase is 15% in the number of referrals we receive. We began testing on October 17th. When we first got access to the system, we were being diligent and doing everything as we should to prepare as if the October 26th deadline is the launch, including training staff. And when we first got access to the system, we identified multiple flaws that we reported to CARES, including some critical issues that remain unresolved to date. Misaligned permission settings, which results in access that is inappropriate to cases. Closed cases displaying as open, some of them more than 15 years old, which completely skews report and data accuracy. Improper and incomplete conversion of Indian Child Welfare Act data, and missing key case data, including names, birth dates, relative information, such as siblings and parents, and placement details, all of which pose a high risk to case management and child safety. So at this time, it remains uncertain whether legislature will support and enact the trailer bill language, which county welfare directors have requested to delay the CWS-CARES launch by 6 to 8 months. CDS does oppose the delay, citing concerns over significant associated costs, and that is creating a difficulty in getting legislature to hear our concerns. Launching an unfinished and untested system would absolutely trigger cascading consequences to child safety, also workforce burnout, and potential legal and financial liability, because the lasting impacts of an incomplete system would ultimately be borne by the county child welfare agencies at the local level. So your board has already signed the advocacy letter to legislature, which we requested last week, and we thank you for that. At this time, we're not requesting any further action of your board. However, I felt it was important to bring this matter to you in a public presentation, given the significant risk this system launch poses if there is no delay. And that concludes my presentation. And if you have any questions, Sarah is here with all the technical details.
Any questions from the board? Not hearing any. I thank you for bringing this to us. Sorry we weren't able to do the whole thing last week, but I think we got the goal accomplished. But this helps give us more education and gets it out in the public.
Yes, thank you.
So we'll open it up to the public comment. Do we have anyone in the room? Not seeing any. Do we have anyone online? No? Okay, I'll close public comment, bring it back to us, and no action needed. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. And thanks, Sarah, for being online.
Yeah, thank you.